Y'all, there's something out there in the corn, and it ain't just raccoons or weird kids stealing scarecrows to make scare families. No, I'm talking about something smarter, something that knows things. Welcome back to the Deep South Podcast, where the conspiracy's thick as molasses and the host still bathes in a wash tub once a week for good luck. This week, I bring y'all a tale of whispering stalks, psychic produce, and a cornfield that may or may not be controlling my life. It started when I noticed the path. Not the one I made. No, sir. This was a smooth spiraling path through my back 40, twisting like a pig's tail. Every morning it changed. New turns, new symbols pressed in the dirt. One looked like a fidget spinner made out of triangles. Another one looked just like Natalie's eyeballs when she's real mad at something celestial. At first, I figured it was just kids or feral tax collectors. But then I realized the path only formed after I made a decision. Like the corn knew what I was thinking. I chose beef jerky over pork rinds at the gas station. The next day, a corn stalk twisted into the shape of a cow. I made chili instead of soup. The corn bent itself into a big old ladle. Y'all, I think the corn was listening. So I started testing it. I'd walk out into the field, ask it questions. Should I wear the camo overalls today or the cleanish ones? Does Natalie like me, or is she just watching me for a higher power? Is that mole on my elbow shaped like Alabama or just Mississippi upside down? I'd wake up the next morning and find my mailbox full of popcorn, or a corn husk tied in a bow, or once, a perfect map of my backyard made out of kernels. And here's the kicker. The corn ain't just predicting things, it's changing things. I was gonna mow the lawn one day, had the gas can ready, the mower primed. But I tripped over a rock, and by the time I looked up, the lawn was already cut. Perfectly. Uniformly. Like it got groomed by the ghost of Merle Dunlap. Now, Natalie, she shows up one evening, standing at the edge of the corn in that long black coat with the silver buttons that hum when she's upset. She says, "The corn's awake, and it likes you, Paul. That's dangerous." Then she hands me a corn cob that's been carved with symbols I swear were twitching when I blinked. Said if I ever heard the corn say my name, I had to stop listening. I asked her, why's the corn interested in me? She just said, some fields grow food, others grow prophecy. Then she disappeared back into the stalks. Well, y'all, it finally happened. I stepped into the field late one night, barefoot, carrying a flashlight that only worked when I insulted it. I stood real still and said, what do you want? And y'all, it answered. Not with words, with me. I heard my voice echo back at me, but twisted. Like someone trying to be me after drinking radiator fluid. It said, you're close to understanding, closer than you should be. Then the corn shifted, all at once, like a million green heads turning. Y'all, I ran. I ran so hard I left one of my possums behind. Mayonnaise, God bless his greasy soul. I ain't stepped into that corn since, but I got theories. The corn's alive, sure, but I think it's a guardian. Not evil, just real nosy and possibly omniscient. Maybe it used to be a government experiment. Or maybe something older, a forgotten earth spirit that chose corn because it likes listening and growing tall. Whatever it is, it's watching us, gently nudging things, fixing flat tires, swapping our mail, replacing people's memories of whether or not they left the stove on. And maybe that's not the worst thing. All right, y'all, it's that time again. Time for Redneck Mailtime. Brought to you this week by possums dressed like the weird-looking kids from Children of the Corn. I ain't joking. I gave them one Netflix password and a pile of straw, and they went full-on apocalyptic farm child chic. So, let's read what questions y'all got this week.
Redneck Mailtime. It's time for Redneck Mailtime. Yee-haw, Redneck Mailtime.
Letter number 1 says, every time I mow near the cornfield, my mower shuts off. Same spot every time. I even used a push mower once, and I blacked out for an hour and woke up holding a zucchini. What's that all about? Written in by Stan from Horselip, Indiana. Stan, you got a boundary line. Corn knows where its turf ends, and it don't take kindly to high-revving machines near the edge. That blackout, that's what I call stalk slip. The field pressed pause on your reality, gave you a soft vegetable so you wouldn't panic. Next time, leave an offering. Something like a Little Debbie snack or an old cassette tape. Something respectful. You mow where the corn says you can mow. Letter number 2 says, my toddler started speaking perfect Latin after we took a shortcut through a corn maze last weekend. Should I be worried, or is this a sign he's gifted? Signed, Cheryl from Bogtoe, Mississippi. Cheryl, that ain't gifted, that's anointed. That child done been chosen. Latin's the preferred language of ancient corn spirits and old librarians. Keep an eye on what he draws with crayons. And if he starts singing hymns in reverse or floating during nap time, go ahead and call Natalie. Or better yet, take him back to the maze and ask the corn what it wants. Could be your boy is the cornfield's new spokesperson. Now letter number 3 says, I left a scarecrow out overnight and now it's got fingernails. I didn't put no hands on it. Is this normal? Signed, Travis from Elbow Creek, Texas. Travis, that's not abnormal. What you've made there is a watchman. Corn don't just grow tall, it grows protective. Sounds to me like your scarecrow got promoted. I'd advise speaking respectfully when near it. Maybe toss it a Slim Jim now and then. Don't burn it or dismantle it unless you want to spend the rest of your life losing arguments with your own reflection. Letter number 4 says, my ex built a corn maze behind his garage and now he just yells riddles at strangers and won't come out. Is that his choice or is that the corn in charge? Signed, Judy from Slackjaw Ridge, North Carolina. Judy, I hate to say it, but your ex is probably under what we call a maze bind. The corn's taken a liking to him, and now it's using him as a mouthpiece. If he's yelling riddles, he's part oracle, part warning system. Could be worse. He could be muttering economic forecasts or stock tips, and that's when you really gotta worry. Well, just leave him be, and if he ever solves his own riddle, he might walk out again. Letter number 5 says, I spilled nacho cheese in the cornfield and now it's shaped like my Aunt Phyllis. Do I owe the corn something? Signed, Darnell from Crackerfoot, Missouri. Darnell, if the corn shaped itself into your aunt after a cheese spill, you definitely owe it. That's what's called a corn echo. Your subconscious memories and guilty snack habits got absorbed. It's using Aunt Phyllis as a message, probably to tell you to call her more often or maybe to stop buying off-brand cheese dip. Leave the corn a thank you note and maybe a Polaroid of you smiling. It likes mementos. So, next time you walk past the cornfield and feel like you're being watched, you probably are. Just be polite, nod your head, compliment the kernels, maybe ask permission before peeing near it. This here's been the Deep South Podcast, where every answer comes with a question, and the only thing scarier than the truth is how often it waves at you from the tree line. Y'all take care now. Keep your thoughts quiet and your cornbread sweet. Night, y'all.